Hi, Sophie. How are you? Oh, yay. Nightbot worked. It took me forever to get that thing to work right. I don't know what I had going on. I think I had it hooked up to the wrong account or something, some imaginary account. Can you hear me okay? Hopefully, you don't get any wonky people coming in tonight. Good. I was thinking about your visitor from last night. I sent you an email. Did you get the email? I don't know if I'm sending it to the right place. Oh, okay. Well, it's no big deal. I just, that way you have my email and my phone number. I don't know whether you have an Apple phone or whether FaceTime would work for you or some other way of communicating. She had mentioned like doing something face to face, kind of, sort of. It's up to you. I'm still trying to get the hang of all this. Yet I had set up, scheduled something for 2 o'clock, and I had started. And the guy's out here trimming the weeds and mowing the lawn. And my brother walks in the door right behind me. And I'm like, hello, I'm working here. And it was just when I had someone in the room with me, but then they left. So it all worked out, I guess. What were you thinking as far as discussing it offline? Do you mean like through email? Oh, okay. I misunderstood you. I thought you wanted to do like a Zoom or something like that. No, that's fine. Email works. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Are you doing your live stream tonight? It's uh it's on Yahoo, right? Oh, okay. I think I said it to the right place then. If not, I responded to your comment and the information's there too. Yeah, take your time. I'm in no hurry. What time zone are you in? Are you in oh yeah, I bet. Uh-oh. Your car acting up? Oh, okay, Pacific. That's what I figured it was at either that or mountain time. So for I'm central time in case I didn't say. I can't remember. I'm sorry. I don't own a car anymore. I hope your chariot will. I can't handle the stress of owning a car. But you probably need one because you have another job, right? I used to have a job, but it's still that was still out of the house, though it wasn't like I didn't have to get in a car and go somewhere. If you're looking for a job and do you like kids? Yeah, if you have good public transportation and you don't mind it. Um, the job I used to have, they are looking for someone. They probably are looking for someone, but it might conflict with your. I mean, they're flexible on the time, but it might conflict with your readings. I'm not sure. But anyway, I used to teach these pre-made lessons for spelling and grammar for a lady named Paula Smith. And if you like, I can certainly pass or give you her email because I resigned, so she doesn't have an evening person anymore to take her evening classes. Yeah. So the classes I was teaching were at 6. This is Central Time. So it might work for you actually. 6:30, 7:30. But she would like someone. Yeah, it's online. So what it is there's this company called Outschool, Outschool, and they provide anything and everything you might want to teach within reason that you can't teach religion or witchcraft or something like that. And they do a background check, they pay for it, and when you pass the background check, you can set up your own classes and you charge. But last year they did this thing where people could set up a school within Outschool. And so I interviewed with Paula and I started teaching her lessons. So I don't have to worry about all the administrative stuff and I would get paid twice a month through PayPal and I would get an hourly rate. I don't know what rate she charges now because I had, been with her for a while. So I had a higher rate, but um, the classes are 20 or 25 minutes long. And like I said, it's a PowerPoint lesson plan that you follow. You'd probably be really good at it, actually, because you already know all the ropes and all that. If you like, I'll send you her email, and I'll send her a heads up to look for something from you. But yeah, I did it from home. The middle school spelling class was 3 days a week, so it was like Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And then the daily skills class was 5 days a week. I didn't work on the weekends. You can, I think, but I didn't. And with my limited schedule, I was I was bringing in, maybe an extra $400 a month. If no taxes are taken out, you're just what do they call it? You're being paid as what do they call it? An outside person. You're not an employee. I can't think of the word. She's flexible. Yeah, contractor. She's flexible. You'll have to talk to her about what she needs and all that. But I don't see a problem if you teach the spelling classes. By the way, whoever else is in here, welcome. If you teach the spelling classes, that's Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, so it's doable. And again, since you're in Pacific time, like 6:30 my time is 5:34. That's 3:30 your time, I think. So it might work for you. Yeah, you don't even need that, but that's definitely impressive. I was definitely the exception to the rule as far as that goes because I just happened to. I was a teacher, but I wasn't a English teacher. But I still had the teaching experience. Is it 2 hours or 3 hours? I really don't know. I can't keep track. But whatever it is, it might work for you time wise. So I'll definitely send you her email, and I will send her an email and tell her I think I found someone. So sad. Well, we don't all need candy on our resumes. Yeah, I think it depends on whether we're on daylight savings or whatnot. I don't know. Well, you're welcome. I wanted to help Paul out because it kind of left her in a little bit of a lurch because, the school semester is starting up next month, so they start really picking up a lot of students. But it's definitely not like a regular full time job. I mean, it's how many students you have at any one time will vary from one week to the next, and all that fun stuff. And the only downside that I can think of is you just have to be flexible. If you're flexible, you'll be good. Oh yeah. Now they don't have. She does have a high school daily skills class that she just created. But you'll probably be teaching elementary age kids, foreign students, and middle school students the most. Yeah, it might work for you. I think it worked great for you. Do 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 do. Are you working at the college now, or is that over until school starts up again? Oh yeah, then you'll like that. I think you'll like it. My problem was is that for whatever reason, blame it on lack of hormones or whatever. I was just like I would get so anxious. Even though once I started the class I was fine, I would just get so anxious, and I finally said, I'm retired. I don't need this. I don't need to be stressed out about this. So I finally resigned, and actually, I mean, it's less money than, because now it's just my social security and my pension, et cetera, but it's less stress, and that's just more important to me. It is super hot here. Is it hot over there where you are? Yeah, I imagine it would be slow during the summer. Yeah. It's I think the last time I was checked, it was like 96, and but it's really the humidity. Oh, how cool! San Francisco. I have a cousin who lives in Auburn, which is somewhere up there. Nice. That's where I'd like to kind of long-term goal planning. What I'd like to do is um, move to another country where it's like what they call those eternal spring cities, where it just stays temperate all year round. I don't mind rain, but I really don't like the heat or the cold. Yeah, her name is Linda. She's a one of those people that handles the your mortgage and stuff when you're buying a house. I don't know what they're called. Yeah, I was thinking like I've pretty much forgotten about Panama. Panama's not going to happen. I don't like it. There's a lot of yahoos that move there, um, but I'm looking at possibly Guatemala. Yeah, I don't know if it's that or not. It's the person that like handles all the paperwork while you're in the process of buying a house. So they like check your title and they collect all the information and all that. Maybe that's what it is. I don't math, so I don't I don't really know what she does. But anyway, speaking of Guatemala, there's a city outside of Guatemala City called Antigua, which is kind of a place where people retire. Um, and I don't know that I necessarily want to stay in a particular place, but maybe keep moving south, like do Guatemala, and then maybe do Medellin, which is another city in Colombia, and then maybe goes to Peru, and maybe end up in Argentina or Uruguay. Oh wow! I can't retire in Mexico because they have income. You have to make a certain amount of money as retirement income in order to qualify for that kind of visa, and I don't make enough money. So I have to go someplace where I meet the qualifications. I have heard, who told me this? Someone told me this recently. Maybe it was you, that there were people protesting in Mexico City against quote unquote gringos, like go home gringo, something like that. You know who has very pretty men, very good looking men, I think, is like Pakistan, Afghanistan, not very safe places, or and maybe the culture is all wrong, but I just very attractive. Yeah, I think what was is because of all the anti-Hispanic stuff that's going on here in the United States, kind of like reaction to that and the tariffs. I might. It's just as cheap to go straight to Guatemala than it is to go to like the um, Cancun, whatever that peninsula is, Yucatan Peninsula. Yeah, I do too. Believe me, I do. Unfortunately, I'm surrounded by people who don't. So I considered briefly going to the Yucatan to Merida first, but I decided I'd just go straight to Guatemala if I'm going to do it. My problem is, Sophie, is that if I go, I can't come back. Yeah, I can't come back. Because if I leave this apartment that I'm living in now, um, I know that my family would not ever. help me again. And I know that if I lose this apartment, I can't afford to live here. So that's like the big thing. Is like, do I have it in me to go away and never come back? We'll see. We'll see what I do. Hey, I have a question for you. Let me pick your brain. How long do you normally stay on if you don't have anyone coming in? Like, are you normally on like 2 hours, or do you have like a set time, or do you just kind of play it by ear? Yeah, I know. I'm always bothered by, wait, I just saw your Israel comment and it disappeared up the list. Yeah, I like those brown eyes, girl. 2 hours minimum. Okay. Yeah, I like my husband, my first husband, my son's father is. I think I said I was Jewish. He had black hair and beautiful green eyes and the olive skin. He was a good looking guy. Yeah, you ought to go to Israel. There's a lot of beautiful men there. Is this David or is this someone else? Oh, interesting. I haven't paid much attention to who. I mean, I know there's like regulars. Have you met them in real life? Oh, that's nice. Um, I'm. I don't know. I have discovered that a lack of hormones really changes your perspective on men and dating and all that stuff. Oh my goodness gracious. Did you accidentally leave your jacket or did you subconsciously leave it so you could come back? I know it's hard. What is his sign, do you know? If I guessed Leo, would I be wrong? Ah, that is potential. What's his name? Did you tell me his name? Welcome in, welcome in. Oh, okay. So here's a fun story. I have my Jupiter is in Aquarius, and I've always said unofficially that I am, and actually somewhere in my chart says this too, that I am a good luck charm for other people. That I have no luck at all, but I have a tendency to make things happen for other people, whether I like it or not. So let me know if you want to make this happen, because I have the magic touch here. It actually already may already be too late. Cool name. Oh, okay, cool. Share away. I don't do nudes, just FYI, if that was part of the plan. That's not going to happen. Kidding. Totally kidding. Canadian is good. They have health insurance. We're just sitting here chatting away. If anyone wants to jump on in, go right ahead. Last time I had I guess what I would call a boyfriend was probably like 10 years ago now, just about 10 years ago. He was a good guy, but I know you don't like him. He's a Taurus, but maybe not for you, but it worked for me. But you got me thinking after our conversation was a couple nights ago, or was it last night? Well, maybe he was lying to me the whole time. I was thinking, I was thinking that I might do like a quick, like a one card freebie thing one of these days. Okay, great. Thank you. I noticed that I went back and looked at your, I don't know if it was your first one, but it was a while ago. And I noticed that the headline said that. But I'm just so weird about not wanting to like be such a copycat. But I did see that. Thank you for sharing that with me. I feel more comfortable now copying a copycat. Oh, cool. What kind of games did you play? I don't know if you're old enough to remember a band called Electric Light Orchestra, ELO, but one of their songs is running through my head right now. I don't know why. What kind of games did you play? Huh. I'm trying to think what the name of this song is. Sweet Talking Woman, it's called. Oh, what a good idea. I like that. I like making up games. I used to do that in my classes when I taught because, um, eventually all the kids would settle in and be like the same kids every day and they'd get to where they knew how to do everything. Free parties. You know what? That might be something we should look into doing together. What do you think? Or could we do that? Would that be possible? Or do you mean like in person parties? Yeah, that's what I was thinking, that we might be able to help each other out that way. We just have to figure out like the logistics of it, like how would we do it, you know? It would be fun to do. I know that like on the vintage sales that I would watch, they'd have like one person at a time would be the full screen and they'd switch back and forth. That might be fun. I would like to do that. That might be fun. I'm sure I don't have to tell you, Aquarius, that I have a rather bizarre sense of humor. And I'm just laughing because you said I'd be exposed to your subs like some kind of disease. Oh, yeah, I would like to do that. I don't know like a bunch of readers. I know there was this one lady, I don't remember her name, and this was a while ago, that she had like all this craziness happening, like weird sounds and music and all kinds of like graphics moving and stuff in her screen while she would do like these um, she would answer questions. Fame, I want to live forever. Wrong key, but you know what I mean. um, and it was really distracting. It was so crazy. Hmm. How many people do you network with? I mean, how many do you know? I haven't even explored. I stumbled on you, I think, completely by chance. I couldn't even tell you how I came into your life. Yeah, for me, it was a distraction. It felt a little weird. It felt like she was off center. But she did have a lot of people come in, and I just don't know how she was able. I don't know. Maybe all that noise and distraction was good for her because the way her brain worked. My brain doesn't work that way. Oh, I'll have to check it out. Yeah. It's been interesting to see the progression of some of the people who are repeat customers that seem to be focused on the same situation. We don't have to talk about that. I just making a comment. When I used to do it in a shop in Knoxville, and I was actually charging less than the other reader, um, but I would charge more, definitely more than I charge here. Yeah. Even with the private reading that I would offer here is less than I would charge in person. But I see people that charge large amounts of money for their readings, and I don't know. I don't feel comfortable doing that. But I'm a Pisces. Oh, that would be cool. Well, there's a really good time. Have you ever thought about doing this? I've always wanted to do this. I used to live in a town that was younger, and so they had like a bar and club area. And I always thought it'd be cool to just like plop down and get yourself a drink at a bar and plop down at a table and just offer readings to the people that came. But I could never get anyone who would be willing to go with me, who also wanted to do it. But I think that going out in any kind of public venue might be a good thing to do, provided you're safe. I've never heard of doing them. Oh, so what I started to say was with Halloween coming up, that's another good time to do more readings because people are more interested in that sort of thing in a public venue. I think the only place I would not do it in a public venue is at like even then it depends, I guess, on like a psychic kind of conference because usually they want huge amounts of money for you to do it and you don't and there's no guarantee that you'll be able to pay back what you put into it. But I have a friend who does it at bookstores. Small private bookstores are good. I don't know what the nightlife is there where you live. If you're in a college town, there's going to be some kind of place where people go on the weekends or at night. You just show up, girl. Yeah, that's the bummer. And usually they're like people can't open their minds to the idea that maybe more than one reader would be a good idea. And usually the other reader's like super competitive with you. I'm in a place where any kind of public reading just is out of the question. Yeah, I feel you. You gotta take a friend with you. You just go with a friend and just you both just get a drink, like you're just but you lay out your cloth and your cards and you're a pretty young lady. I know you're not young, but to me you're young. And people will just be drawn to you. Put a little tip jar there, say donations or whatever. I don't know. I would say that I used to feel that way, but I think I'm probably in an unhealthy way more of a hermit these days. You know what else? And I was going to tell you, I have a friend who lives in New Orleans, which I don't recommend you go live there because it's way crazy expensive. But in New Orleans, they have there's a square right down there in the French Quarter where people just set up at the random tables. They put a jar out there for donation suggestions, and they just register with the city that they're going to be out there, and then they can just go out there as long as it's donations and do their readings. But I'm the same way. I'm shy about going places myself. Is it really? See, I lived there. I have a friend who has an Airbnb there, or he did. I don't know if he still does. I think he may just be doing he's a drag performer. And during COVID, he couldn't do his Airbnb. So I rented his Airbnb, which, he had like a room with a private bath for a few months while in New Orleans. And for a little while there, I did look to see if I could find a place to rent. But with the income I had at that time, it was just, oh yeah. He goes by Shia Man. Shia Man. And he does drag shows with a couple of other persons I think it's like a brunch thing that he does. Let me tell you, that is an art form. And it kind of pisses me off that people have a wrong impression of it, you know? Yeah. Well, maybe New Orleans is the place for you, girl. There's a lot going on there. It's one of my favorite cities. If I could afford to live there, I would definitely think about it because I love the vibe there. I always have. I have a friend who lives in Pittsburgh. I just went and visited him last month. And Pittsburgh's another town that's really a lot more young people like yourself. You might want to check out Pittsburgh. I actually thought about connecting the two of you. He's 38. He's recently divorced, doesn't have any children. He is he's a Sagittarius, but he feels very Capricorn to me. I don't know why. Oh, well, we had a lot of controversy about drag in Tennessee here a couple years back. Silly stuff. But I don't care. He's a good man. He's a good person. Yeah, such a good person. Yeah, it was really terrible. They do actually. So does Knoxville. But it's like, I don't know. In Knoxville, they have not one but two big gay pride celebrations. I mean, really big ones. One is like on the main drag, excuse the pun, on the main street. It's called Gay Street. And then the south one, I don't know where the south one is. It might be in the same place. But it's like you have these blue cities in red states, you know? But you might want to look into Pittsburgh. Well, if you may not like the cold though. I like Nashville too. I lived there briefly. Can't afford it though. I can't afford rent anywhere in the United States really. Truth be told. But I rented a room from a at the time friend, no longer friend. Um, in Nashville. This was a while ago. In my checkered past. Yeah, it's crazy expensive here. I mean, everywhere, even like in a small town. This place that I'm renting, the only reason I can afford it is because my brother owns it's a duplex. My brother lives on one side and I live on the other, and he owns it. So the person, our mysterious second person, if there is one, they're hearing all about my life. Sorry. Let's hear about your life. You mean like tarot, or do you mean like figure work, or what kind of work? Oh, okay, modeling. Yeah, I imagine there would be. I know you do figure modeling. Do you ever do like regular modeling, like America's Next Top Model stuff? I don't know how tall you are. Yeah, that's true. I have never been to New York City. If I were to go, I would want to hit all the museums, especially the modern ones. I think Brooklyn has a really good one. Of course, there's the MoMA. I don't know how what they call it there. Um, I don't know if I'll ever go though. Be fun though. I told you that I'm a good luck charm for people. You didn't believe me. Yeah, I don't know how it all works. I just, besides watching RuPaul's Race, I also like to watch America's Next Top Model. Not so much for the drama. The drama's silly, but I enjoy the photography part of it, like the whole process, and then seeing the results. I always think that's interesting. It appeals to the artist in me. Aw, not dating him anymore? Aw, I think there's a lot of town. I think you're at the right age to fit in a lot of places. Ah, yeah, lovely Capricorns. I really like Capricorns. Um, it's just not a good match. I'm too into. I don't know. I guess I'm just too. I wouldn't say I'm fickle, but I definitely like to do all kinds of things. I don't necessarily stick with one thing. Is that the Taurus? Oh, oh, okay. Because you talked about a Taurus lying about stealing money and stuff. Oh, okay, that's a shame. You know, I don't think I've ever had anyone steal from me. If they did, they got away with it. 'Cause I didn't notice. I always say, and I mean this in the most loving way possible. Every girl needs a gay boyfriend because I don't know. They're just really, they just, I don't know. They just get everything, you know? So I'm sorry. You say you live 20 minutes outside San Francisco. Is it like a really small town where it's hard to meet people? Or are you just like so burned by other people? Yeah, exactly. It's like a male perspective, but also someone who just, I don't know how to put it. They're like they have a male perspective, so you get like that, you get a healthy male perspective, I guess, because they're not trying to get in your pants, maybe. I don't know. I'm being crude. And like for example, like my friend Rick, he's stronger than me, so he could do things, or he's taller than me, he could reach things. I know it sounds silly, and I don't have to make him a meal for it. Mm. Yeah, people are very clicky. Yeah, yeah, very protective. And they're also like, they'll point out to you, at least for me, someone who, hey, that guy's interested in you, you know, and I'm not even noticing. I'm oblivious, and he would be able to say, yeah, I can tell that this person's interested in you. God knows I can't tell. Yeah. You think it's an Aquarius trait because we seem to have that in common? What's your moon in? Did you say what your moon was? Yeah, unless they're, yeah. Really? See, here's the funny thing. I had never, even when I was at my youngest or my hottest, if whatever, I've never, ever, hand to God, gone out on a date or been asked on a date. Ever. How I managed to have the relationships I had, they just happened. I don't know. Libra rising. Mm. What's your moon? Your moon's in Gemini. Libra rising. Gosh, all that air. Yeah, I'm a Pisces. Pisces, Sun in my fourth house, Scorpio, Ascendant, and Moon in Taurus. I've got a Leo midheaven in the 10th house. So I've got all four corners. I've got a fixed sign: fixed water, fixed air, fixed fire, and fixed earth. What? Yeah, I'm oblivious. Oh my goodness, girl. You're gonna float away on a cloud. Wow, that's unusual. That must mean you're an angel. Aren't angels like like creatures of air. My chart, I have so many squares. I'm constant there. I have like two parts of me that are constantly at war. I have only once met up with someone through online dating, and he and I did end up staying together for a little while. He was a Capricorn, but it was a mess. He was, he just wasn't able to be independent, and I'm not about that. I'm afraid of online dating because to me, it's more like a hookup culture thing, and that just doesn't interest me. It never has. Have you, I have heard that the way to meet people is to go to activities that you enjoy. Like my friend Dave, the one I was talking about in Pittsburgh, he goes to a meditation thing once a week. He he does rock climbing and things like that. Seems like everybody just wants, from my perspective, and mine is very limited, just like that's all people want to do. And as discussed earlier, I am not, I am a, what did we say? A demisexual. I got to have a connection with you, a friendship. I don't know. We're going to have to give that person a nickname. Jelly Bean. Are we talking about the person that we were discussing earlier? The one with the jacket? Yeah. Oh, okay. So the other one, we're going to call him Jacket. You know how Michael Jackson called his child Blanket? We're going to call this guy Jacket. Yeah. Jelly Bean. We want to call him Jelly Bean? Okay, we'll call him Jelly Bean. Jacket or Jelly Bean? What's it going to be? Jelly Bean. Okay, we'll call him. So from now on, any person of interest is going to be named after a candy. The first one is Jelly Bean. So do you want, so let me ask you this. Do you want to like date several people, or are you interested in just the one Jelly Bean? Okay. So you don't want to date around. You just want the one to just appear, preferably on a white horse. And he wants to have kids, and he wants to have them fairly quickly. What else? He's looking for a committed long-term relationship, possibly marriage. So we're just going to envision this mystery man under the hoopah, right? I think that's what it was called. Hoopah, the little tabernacle thing when you get married. Hmm. Well, you were just talking about your biological clock ticking, so I thought that they were emotionally available. Well, that's a tricky one, isn't it? That's a hard one for you, though, isn't it? I would say, strangely, I'm probably the least emotionally available Pisces you would ever meet. That could be major damage, though. Sophie, what's the best email for me to give Paula for you as far as that job? I don't know. I was wondering. Can you hear me okay? Oh, I'm crashing, I think. All right. I was asking, I'm sending an email to Paula about you for that job, And I wanted to know if what would be the best email. Would it be that starry-eyed one that I sent the email to? Okay. And let me know if that's the email to send to Paula for that job. Okay, last call.